Hello everyone. I'd like to go over our supply list for beginning pattern making to start with. This page should be part of the syllabus somewhere on Canvas, and it has my name and phone number on it. Please text me if you haven't already and let me know your text address so that I can respond a little bit more quickly when you send me questions. And then you'll need a 2-inch binder with inside pockets, white printer paper. You may not need a whole ream. The list that's just like standard for all of the beginning pattern making classes is light green paper, light yellow paper. This is an example of the green, but I'm not particular about which color you use. I just want it to be nice and neat. In fact, you'll need a background color, but most of the classes use light yellow paper and glue that on as seam allowance. And if you would like to use a highlighter, you're welcome to do that. Sheet protectors like the one that this is in to put your patterns in your notebook. Towards the middle of the semester, you'll be turning your notebooks in with your homework in, and I'll be checking for neatness and make sure everything's there. In the meantime, you'll upload one page at a time so you can get some feedback and know whether you've got everything finished. Paper scissors. These used to be fabric scissors, but they're not anymore. And the thing I like about these is that when you put them on the table, they're flat here to cut with. They're not the Y shape that you usually see paper scissors. They're a little bit nicer and easier to cut with. So there are some very inexpensive scissors that cut well. Just make sure you've got some paper scissors to use that you can cut a nice straight smooth line with. We'll come back to that. In addition to the paper scissors, you'll need glue sticks. I recommend that Elmer's washable. It stays on really nicely. Clear tape. A regular tape holder will do, but this is just the one that's on my desk. It's easier if you can write on the tape. A small French curve. I don't happen to have one of those handy. I usually use my big curve, so I'll get one so that it's here for you to look at, and I'll set a good example. Clear plastic ruler. There's a picture of this on our tools page. It's the gridded plastic ruler. They come in red or blue usually. Some of them have holes drilled in them every inch, and those are the quilting rulers. I think they're a little more expensive, but you won't need that. These are very handy. It takes less time for you to do your homework when you have a gridded ruler. But you need to be careful. This is a gridded ruler that I left in my car on a not even that hot of a summer day, and it just melted and took the shape of whatever it was sitting on. So be careful with leaving it in a warm place. Sharp pencils. I prefer to just use a mechanical, inexpensive pencil. So either the 0.5 millimeter or 0.7 is fine. If you're using a regular pencil, you will need to make sure that it stays sharp. And a highlighter if you would like to do that with your seam allowance. Then for your projects, you're going to need some fabric that's about the texture of muslin, but if you've got fabric laying around the house, you don't have to have muslin. You can use something else. It just needs to be a cotton, possibly with polyester blend, that is a nice texture like muslin. And muslin ends with an N. It's the fabric. Then we have another assignment where you might use Georgette later in the semester, and then you'll need fabric for your final project. So please be sure and read the whole syllabus. I have an assignment sheet that I've put in with the things on Canvas. It just kind of helps you keep track of what you need to do, and sometimes I'll get that out and refer to it, but you don't have to use this. You can just go down the list on Canvas. But the first week we're going to be doing the first 5, and then we'll continue on down till you get all the way down the list and down the other side. So we'll do skirts and sleeves and collars, and then we'll get to our final project. So if it helps you to keep track of your homework on a sheet of paper, it's there. Then there will also be a page about dart transfer steps, and I will refer to that later. And you'll have flats that you're going to draw your dart placement on and glue to the page that your homework assignment is on, and then some skirts. And that's on Canvas in such a way that you can download new ones when you need them. Is that all the things? Yes, I think that's all of those things. Okay. On Canvas, I have these 2 pages, the front and back. I believe I have all 5 of the basic pieces, but these are the first 2 we'll be using, specifically the front. There is a YouTube video that should be connected on Canvas on how I draped these 2 pattern pieces on the little dress form that we'll be trying these on. If you would like to go to the Library Square Center campus and check out a little dress form, they're not all identical. And if you are a merchandising student and you don't want to play with the dress form, then you're fine just using the patterns and sewing them together. But if you're interested in pattern making or design, it would probably be in your best interest to check out a little dress form to play with during the semester. If you don't want to do that, I leave one of them in the lab across from the front desk for people to use at school. So there's always one there available. And we're going to talk about how to cut these out.